education as well, and where you're based.
All right, thanks, Bo. Well, thank you, Bo, for the introduction. Well, I'm Aprajita Malla, and I'm the Regional Partner Manager for UTS Insearch. And I have been in this industry for the last 6 years. And before this, I was with another university in Australia. And I am, well, I have been a lecturer for the last few years as well. So that's it about myself to make it short. And now I would really like to thank Yes Education for bringing this webinar together for all our channel partners, and hope it's going to be useful for all of you. And I will start my screen sharing and start the presentation, and we will take the questions in the end, if that's comfortable with all of you.
Yes. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, we'll leave the questions at the end, and the attendants today will put their questions in the chat box as usual for a normal webinar.
All right. All right. Thanks. All right. So here we go. So UTS Insearch, I'm going to be talking about and giving you a description about our courses, the scholarships that we provide for international students, the courses that we have, and the different kinds of prizes also that students can take up while they're currently studying at UTS Insearch, and the different kinds of programs and facilities and services that we have available for international students and for onshore as well, so that whatever troubles or situations or even assignments that they want to have some help with, they can always find help at UTS Insearch. So these are things that we'll be covering today. All right, so to start off with, UTS Insearch, as you all might know, we are the premium pathway program provider for UTS, the University of Technology, Sydney, our main university. And the main difference that you can find in UTS is that we are practice-oriented education, which means we do not just focus on giving theoretical knowledge to our students, but also making them have that industry relevant industry connections and internships and placements, which make sure that students will be able to and understand what the knowledge that they've gained in the classroom and be able to implement that in the workplace culture, which this after this which will help them have a very good strong CV when they start looking for jobs in the real world after they complete their graduation with us. To talk about numbers, we are currently sitting at 45,930 students, out of which 33,000 are undergrad and 10,000 plus are post-grad students. And out of the total number, 15,134, as you can see the number there, are international students, which means we are very much focused on getting international students, and the service and the quality of education that we provide really attracts international students. And I'm talking about not just a few international students, but international students from all over the world. So that's the kind of numbers that we are looking at here for international students. So these are a few glimpses of our campuses and classrooms. So as you can see here, the first picture that you can see here is our new classroom, which is for science students. It is in the FATE building, science building, I mean, and this it is color coordinated, which means, and it holds up to 200 students at one go. So, and the other one that you see in the middle is a 3D art, 3D printing classroom. And the structure that you see there is actually a 3D print of a small stool. And there's the data arena, there's the old, and there's the new building, which has recently opened up, which holds the library. Okay, so these are our rankings. Well, we are a very young university. We are still a young university, and we are number one in Australia for universities under 50 years of age, and in the QS World Rankings, and also in the Times Higher University Rankings 2019. And we are number 11 in the QS World Ranking, in the top 50 in under 50 years of old in the world. And the number 140 that you can see there was for last year's ranking, but this year we've jumped 7 places up, and we are currently sitting at 133rd best universities in the world according to the QS World University Rankings 2021. So that needs to be updated, but giving you the update already. And the employability ranking is also very high for us, which is at number 64. And I'm sure most of you have been to Sydney and have been to UTS and UTS Insearch. But just to give you a overview of where we are located in Sydney, we are in the heart of CBD. CBD and our UTS Insearch and UTS buildings are very close by, within approximately of 5 minutes of walking distance from one building, from all the amongst all the buildings. And the other thing is, because we are in the heart of Sydney, the commute the students need to do, even if they live far away in the suburbs of Sydney, it's very convenient for them, because as you can see, all the major stations, Central Station, Museum Station, Town Hall stations are all located very close by. So it's very convenient and easy for students to commute to UTS Insearch and UTS. All right, and the other thing, this is very important for you all to understand, also for you, because this is going to help you convert students, because this is one of the main things that I keep getting when I talk to students and agents as well, our channel partners. Students, which means even if they get stuck with any assignment, have that kind of plan for the students, which makes them understand, interact and understand other people's views, other people's cultures, students who come from different backgrounds, from different countries. So it helps students to expose themselves and get the exposure from other countries as well. And we have collaborative learning. We give personal attention to our students so that they don't feel left out, or they don't get stuck at any point of time during their study period with us. And this is what is really important. So the main difference amongst a school, a pathway, and a university. We as a pathway, the teachers there act as a guide, whereas in a university, there is no teacher. In a pathway, we are student-centered learning. But in a university, it is more group work and learning outside the classroom, where the lecturer or the professor just gives a lecture, and the rest of the whole assignments, learning, extra learning needs to be done by students themselves. So the responsibility falls all on the student and not on the teacher, and this teacher is not responsible or does not have the time to go after students to remind them of their homeworks or to attend classes, but in a pathway, attendance is monitored, and we focus on developing skills for independent learning for students, because especially for students who come from Nepal, it would be a little, they would be in a very different situation and a city guided, where they would not be fully responsible, and they know how to work themselves and do their learning on their own in a university in their second year. And this, students who ask me, well, why they can't go directly into a bachelor's first year, the first thing is obviously we have to look at their high school results and their academic and English English high stakes results. So if for a direct entry into bachelor's, obviously it is always going to be higher than what we at Insearch require students to have to go through a diploma or foundations. And if students go through either diploma or through bachelor's first year, they end up finishing their full degree in the same number of years. So even if a student goes through diploma first year and then entry into second year bachelor, the third year, all the students would be finishing in the same number of time period. So you all need to make students understand that to go through a diploma, the entry requirement is lower, but the time duration it remains the same as if they would be going directly into a bachelor's first year. That is what students, especially in Nepal, really want to know, because they don't understand when we give them, say, pathway or foundation, they do not actually understand why we're giving them. So we have to make it very clear to them that it is because of these reasons, but obviously they would be finishing it in the same number of years as a bachelor first year student. And now giving you a little about UTS Insearch. So we are part of UTS, and our academic courses are designed with each UTS faculty. We provide endless support in whatever ways we can to meet the needs of every student who are studying at Insearch, and you get to UTS fast. That is direct entry into second year bachelor at UTS. So how do we prepare students for success at UTS? So the first thing is we have strong connection with UTS, which I already said. So which means students who are studying diplomas with us or get full credit towards their second year bachelor. So that's why they go directly into bachelor's second year. And we have small class sizes of not more than 25 to 30 class students in a classroom. So which means teachers, the teachers will be able to give more attention and more support to students because of the small class sizes. And we have dedicated study success advisors where students, if they need any help in their assignments or studies, they can easily go to them and seek help from them. And we have tailored study skills workshops, which I will be talking about in another slide. And all right, so the different kinds of study programs that we offer at UTS Insearch are UTS Foundation Studies. And so this UTS Foundation Studies gives a pathway to most UTS undergrad degrees. And we accept students under 18 years of age as well, because most of the students who come for foundation would not be 18. They would most probably be in the 17s. And so foundation studies is mandatory. It is compulsory for students who want to take up nursing, law, and health science courses. So which means these courses, nursing, law, and health sciences, are not available in diploma. So it is because of that these students looking for these particular courses would need to go through foundations. And foundation studies are of two types: standard foundation, which is of 8 months, and extended, which is of 12 months. And the other program that we offer at Insearch is the diploma program. Diploma gives you direct entry into second year bachelor. And there are 3 types of diplomas: 8 months, which is the accelerated diploma, and the 12 months, the standard diploma, and 16 months, the extended diploma. So the different faculties under diploma are Diploma of Business, Communication, Design and Architecture, Engineering, IT, and Science. So as I said earlier, because law, nursing, and health sciences are not offered at diploma programs, students choosing those programs, faculties would need to go through foundations. And as for the English requirements, for foundation, standard and extended, it is 5.5 overall and 5 in all bands, and 5.5 overall and 5 in writing, respectively. And obviously, I'm just talking about giving an example of IELTS, but we accept TOEFL, PTE as well. And for diploma, for accelerated and standard diploma, the entry requirement for English is the same, which sits at 6 point overall and 6 in writing. Whereas for extended diploma, it is 5.5 overall and 5 in all bands. You may ask why extended foundation and extended diplomas have lower entry requirements. It's because in both extended programs, English program is incorporated in that program. That's why English requirement is lower, but the duration becomes longer. So would you want me to be talking about Bangladesh entry requirements? Because I'm not sure who all are here.
Yes, that would be great.
All right. Yep. Okay. No problem. So for Bangladesh, for foundation studies, as you can see here, it is just HSC successful completion for extended, and for standard, it is HSC second division, which is at 50%. Or if you have students who have done their O levels, they just need to have 3 O levels for standard extended and 4 O levels for standard foundation. And if you get IB students, which is International Baccalaureate, you just need to have your students pass their first year of IB, or for standard, just 18 points. As for diploma, HSC second division, which is just 53%, it is very low for actually for Bangladesh, the entry requirements. And for A-level students, they just need to have 1 D, capital D, and 1 capital E. And for IB, it is just 21 points. And Bo, do you want me to talk about India as well?
Yes, in India, Bangladesh, Nepal, that would be great. And if you have Bhutan as well.
Oh, okay. All right, thanks. As for India, we would be looking at, for foundations, we would be looking at year 11, 60% from IRC or CBSE board, or if it is boards like Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala, and West Bengal state boards, 60% or 65% in year 11 from the other state boards. For O-level, 3 O-level passes, and the same as for Bangladesh, for IB students, year 1 of diploma pass. And for standard foundation, it is year 11 IRC or CBSE 65%, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala, and West Bengal state boards at 65%, and year 11 of other state boards at 70%. And for standard GCE O-level, 4 O-level passes, and IB 18 points. And for diploma, ISC and CBSE year 12 for 60%, The other state boards, 60% as well. And the other state boards besides Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala, and West Bengal at 65%. And for diploma, A-level, 1 capital D and 1 capital E, and IB just 21 points. And as you can see here, as a note, we put up as to be eligible for foundation studies, we require minimum 55% in year 12, because we do assess, we do accept year 11 as well, but then the GT process for India is a little stricter when it comes to foundations, because we don't want students just passing their year 11, but we would be looking at year 12, but at a much lower entry requirement of 55%. And as for Bhutan, well, for Bhutan, from my previous experience, what I know is Bhutan, most of the Bhutanese students have their high school students, graduates certificates from India. So you would be looking at the same entry requirement as India. But if they have their own state boards, well, Bhutanese high school certificates, then we would need to assess it as per the states, as per the boards, because Sydney is not much of a Bhutan market. We haven't, we don't have a particular slide for Bhutan. But as I said, Bhutanese students from my previous experience have their high school certificates mostly from India. So this would be the same thing for them as well. Well, we come to Nepal. For Nepal, it is for foundations, as you can see here, NEB 55% for extended and 60% for standard. 3 O-level passes. Well, we don't have O-levels in Nepal anymore, which was taken off by the Ministry of Education way longer. In the I think almost 15-17 years ago, O-level was no longer provided. So we only have A-level in Nepal. And for IB, for foundation studies, we just need to have year 1 pass or 18 points for standard foundation. As for diploma, NEB, we have written 65%, but it is only 2.6 GPA for diploma. And for diploma, or for all the diplomas, it's going to be the same thing. All right, so yeah, so there are a few questions in the chat box, which I will talk to you later, okay? And for Nepal, GCE 2 A-level passes, 1 capital D and 1 capital E. And for IB students, we just need to have 21 points. And as you all know, PCL nursing students used to be a very good number of students for UTS foundations, but then we are, because UTS takes PCL nurses directly into bachelor's first year, we do not take PCL nursing students anymore from foundations, but we are taking students from other PCL degrees like engineering, architecture, business, because there are a whole lot of variety of PCL courses that are available in Nepal. So all those courses would be eligible for through foundations. Well, someone was asking for Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka entry requirements, here you go. For foundation studies, Sri Lanka GCE O-levels 3 passes, academic subjects. For standard, Sri Lanka GCE O-levels 4 passes with a credit average for academic subjects. GCE 3 O-level passes or GCE 4 O-level passes for standard. And IB remains the same, year 1 pass for extended foundation and 18 points for standard foundation. As for diploma, Sri Lanka GCE A-levels 2 passes, 1 capital C and 1 capital D. And for And as for GCE, not the Sri Lanka one, the Cambridge one, GCE, 2 A-level passes, 1 capital D and 1 capital E, and IB, 21 points. All right, so here we come to the most awaited scholarships and prizes slides. So this is the Aspire Advantage Scholarship, which is of $12,000 scholarship for accelerated diploma programs. So $12,000 scholarship is for the accelerated diploma program, which is the 8 months diploma program. And then we have the $5,000 Aspire Scholarship, which is for standard and extended diploma programs. And it is for all international students. That may, what I mean is for all the South Asian countries, it is available. All right, so the scholarship eligibility criteria for Nepal, it remains the same. So I'll go through them India-wise, row-wise. So for India, the academic requirement for scholarship is higher than the offer letter requirement. So year 12 ISC or CBSE board, and they need to have 65%, or year 12 Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, these boards need to have 65% as well. Or if it is the other state boards, 70% to get the scholarship. For Nepal, it is as per the offer letter requirement, which is 2.6 GPA, which means if the student who applies from Nepal with 2.6 GPA, the student gets the offer and automatically gets the scholarship letter as well. For Bangladesh, it is just 5% higher. For the offer letter, it is 53%, but to get the scholarship, it is only 58%. For Sri Lanka, to get the scholarship, 2 GC, 2 A-level passes, that is 2 C, capital C's. And for foundation, because for Sri Lanka, we have the foundation scholarship as well. For extended, 4 O-level passes, and for standard, 4 O-level passes with B average. For IB students, it is 23 points, and GC diploma A-level, 2 A-level passes at capital D grades. And as I said earlier, we have scholarships and prizes for not just for students who are applying, but while they are getting the offer, but those students who are currently studying at Insearch also have the opportunity to get scholarships and prizes as well. For example, the first scholarship that we have for ongoing students is the Dian Lekki Memorial Scholarship, which is of 50,000 AUD. And this is for the highest achieving student in the business faculty. The other one is the Pathway Scholarship to UTS, which is of 50% of the tuition fees for UTS. And this is for the highest achieving student of that year in diploma program for the, but it is open to all the faculties. The other one is the other prizes. UTS Insearch Dean's Merit Prize, which is of $5,000, and Outstanding Graduate Prize, which is again of $5,000, and this is given at the first semester and the last semester of each year for the highest achieving student and for any faculty. So this is the cheat sheet, which makes our channel partners' lives easier, because we have two foundations and 3 diplomas and 3 intakes in a year, but all the programs are not available in all the 3 intakes. So for example, if I talk about accelerated diploma, it is not available in March, but it is available only in July and October session. So if you have a student who has an offer for July and has received the accelerated diploma scholarship as well, the student can defer for the next available intake, which is October. But if the student further wants to defer, then March session would not be available. So the student's intake would defer to the next year, July intake. So that's how you need to counsel the student as well, because all the programs are not available in all the intakes. And we don't want the students to miss out on the scholarships that they would be receiving for the diploma programs. And this is the academic fees for the year 2020. Accelerated and standard diploma sit at $32,000. Extended sits at $39,000. Whereas foundation programs standard is very reasonable actually, which is only $26,500, and extended is $38,000. And so the programs, the other programs that we have for students to help them build not just knowledge, but qualities that are required for them, which is essential, actually essential and necessary for when students finish their course, finish their studies with us and start looking for jobs. These are things that students would need to essentially have in them. So, for example, this Insearch leadership program, which is free of cost, and any student from Insearch can actually apply for this program. And in this program, they would actually be looking to develop their leadership strengths, understand workplace culture, understand the jobs of the future, create a powerful LinkedIn profile, build their own personal brand, present themselves with confidence, and grow their network. Because we being in this industry, we understand how important each one of these things is essential to grow and to grow as a person and to grow your market as well. So this program is available to students free of cost. And the best thing is the best performing student in this program actually receives a prize award as well. And the student support, the different kinds of student support systems that we have in place at Insearch are, as you can see, we have dedicated academic advisors, study success sessions, counseling services, and these are also available for students who are currently doing remote learning with us as well. And student life, when you counsel your students, please ask them, please encourage them to get themselves involved in all these extracurricular activities which are available at Insearch, because this gives them a very big opportunity to get bigger exposure with the new with different cultures, and grow themselves as well beyond their classrooms, because classrooms gives them knowledge, but this is what gives them that exposure, which helps them give themselves and build a better personality for themselves. And accommodation options, if you need us to help you and help your student to find accommodation, we can do that for you, because we work closely with providers like Urban Nest, Unilodge, Igloo, etc. And we also take students under 18, and so any kind of assistance from UTS Housing Services for renting and house sharing options are available with us. You can ask for such services. And the approximate living cost, this is what the Australian government has given. So it is going to be for the same, I guess, which you all use all the time. Well, this is a new update for all of you, for me to be giving today, because this is our UTS Insearch Colombo campus. Our channel partner, I think we have someone from Sri Lanka. Maybe you are aware of our campus in Sri Lanka, which opened up last year in 2019, October. And till in October, we just opened our services to Sri Lankan students. So we have a class of 20 students, all Sri Lankan students at the moment. But from June session, we've opened up our doors for international students now. So that's why this is in the marketing list. So the courses that are available in Colombo are Diploma of Business, Diploma of IT, Diploma of Engineering, and Foundation Studies. And both diploma and foundation are of 8 months only. And the admission criteria for Sri Lanka campus is exactly the same as what I said earlier, which is for Insearch Sydney. So these are some of the things that Sri Lanka campus is giving right now, like complete a diploma program in 8 months at UTS Insearch Colombo and transfer to year 2 at UTS for first semester 1 next year, or complete the UTS Foundation Studies program, which is the same thing as UTS Insearch Sydney. So foundation leads students to bachelor's first year or diploma, and diploma leads them to directly into second year bachelor. And Sri Lanka campus is actually accepting pending results, including for students electing to have the final OA level results predicted by Cambridge EdXL due to the cancellation of May-June examination series as well. So pending results are also accepted until the final results are given out. And the best thing about our Sri Lanka campus is it is not a franchise. It is our own campus run by UTS Insearch, and so the quality, the capability of the teachers, the principal there is exactly the same as UTS, as a student would find in UTS Insearch. The facilities are very, very good, up to the standard of Australian standards. So, but if you look at the fee structure, it is very, very reasonable. So the fee registration fee, as you can see here, is only $900. And the foundation for foundation studies, it is only 5,700 AUD. And here I'm talking about the full duration of the studies. And for diploma, business and IT, it is only 6,500. And for engineering, only $7,000 AUD. And so students who come here to Sri Lanka campus are actually getting the same quality of education, but at a very reasonable fee structure. And on top of this, if you look at the scholarships that are being that are being given away by Sri Lanka campus, is very, very attractive. Like, for example, there are students who are applying for UTS Sri Lanka. 3 of the highest achieving students who have applied for that semester will be getting 3 full 100% scholarships. There are limited 50% scholarships, but everyone who applies will be getting a 25% scholarship for the whole duration of their studies at Sri Lanka campus. And on top of that, there's articulating scholarship for 25% of the full tuition fees for the rest of the study period at UTS for 2 students. That is obviously for the highest achieving student, graduating student from Sri Lanka campus. And there's unlimited, means for everyone every student who articulates from Sri Lanka campus to UTS into their bachelor's, they get $7,000 scholarship every year for the rest of their study period at UTS. All right, so that was my presentation regarding UTS Insearch and a new edition of Colombo campus. And we can have our questions now.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Abhijita, for that presentation, and really interesting to hear about the Sri Lanka campus. So have you been there yourself?
Well, we were meant to, but then because of the COVID, plans, so most probably we'll be traveling soon, hopefully after the COVID situation gets better.
Is there any indication, let's say within the SAARC countries, from India, Nepal, is there any indication when Sri Lanka will open for people from Nepal or India? Is there any indication at the moment?
Well, yes, Sri Lanka is, because we keep talking to the team there. So what they're saying is Sri Lanka is most probably what they're thinking is Sri Lanka is going to be one of the first countries to be opening up their borders for international students.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They hope.
Yeah, definitely. Because yeah, Sri Lanka have also done comparatively well so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you know how many students are there at the campus right now?
Yes. So we have 20 students currently studying with us. So they were from our October session, 2019.
Ah, from October session.
A lot of
Yep,
students.
that was the first session.
Yeah.
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 Great.
And
Fantastic.
we've opened up a campus for international students since June this year, but then because of this situation, things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the capacity? What was the initial expectation? How many, if things were normal for June, what was the expectation? How many students can go study at UTS in Sri Lanka?
Well, yeah. So the capacity per class would be the same as 25 to 30 maximum, and because we have three diplomas and one foundation, so we would have been looking at 150 to 200.
Oh, okay.
Numbers,
Wow.
yeah.
That's quite good. Interesting.
Well,
yeah, we'll keep that in mind for the future, and we definitely think it's got some potential for sure. So yeah, once again, thank you for your presentation, and I think you did answer some of the questions.
Yeah. So do we have more questions? Or because I just wanted to update you all about the remote learning as well.
Yeah,
because
sure.
that is one of the most important things for us, because students haven't been able to travel, and some of them, we are looking at October session also, maybe Nepal, we are hoping Nepalese students would be able to travel. Well, South Asian students would be able to travel, but just in case if they are not able to travel, but we have very good refund policies for those students who want to at least try remote learning. So I just wanted to a little bit about that, if it's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Please.
All right. So I do have a different
That's fine.
slides for that. Is that all okay if
That's
I share
fine.
that?
No problem. No problem.
All right. Thanks.
Has there been any changes in the deposit, the amount of the deposit for the COE? Has there been any change at UTS for South Asia?
Not really. No.
Not really. Okay. Yeah.
So, okay. So this is about refund updates, refund policies that have been brought about by UTS Insearch for students looking to do remote learning, or who already have started remote learning in June semester. So we've made it into different scenarios so that it's easier for every one of us to understand. So the first scenario that we're looking at is, I'm an international student who is unable to arrive for semester 2 or now semester 3 due to travel restrictions, and I now wish to withdraw rather than commence remote learning. So in this case, what is the student eligible for? So the student is entitled to a full refund, including the international student processing fee, which is the ISPF, and the UTS COE fee. So even if the student has already paid for semester 2, or let's say semester 3, if the student pays, but because he is unable to travel, he wants to withdraw. So in that case, the student can ask for the full refund of all the full amount that the student has paid upfront. So the next scenario is, I'm an international student who wishes to be admitted for future semesters, but I'm concerned that travel bans will prevent me from coming, and that I may lose part of the fee if I then choose to withdraw close to the start of the semester. Well, in this case also, the student is entitled to a full refund, including the international student processing fee and the UTS COE fee, provided a travel ban is still in place in your country of residence at the start of the semester. So in this case also, if the travel bans is still there in your country of residence, then the student can ask for a full refund. And the student will not lose a penny. The next scenario is, I'm an international student about to start semester 2, or let's say 3, a course by remote learning. Can I defer before or after census date? In this case, the student can repeat the semester without any additional charges, and there will be no fees recorded in his transcript. So this is also a very good scenario for a student, because if the student really wants to defer, yes, the student can defer without any additional charges. The next scenario is, I'm an international student about to start semester 2 or 3 by remote learning. If I fail some subjects in semester 2, what happens? Well, good news for the student. The students can repeat failed subjects with no fee payable and no fails on the record. So even if students fail some subjects, the student can repeat the subject and sit for the retest without any extra charges, and there will be no fails until the student passes. I'm an international student starting my first semester by remote learning, let's say semester 2, and overseas, but later hear that my visa application has been rejected. Then in that case, well, if you are enrolled in your first semester, you can complete the semester and receive a transcript for what you have completed, no refunds available, or withdraw from the course without completing the current semester. That means no transcript, but can get the refund of tuition fees. So which means it is very simple mathematics. If the student completes a semester, the student gets the transcript. So as soon as the student asks for the transcript, the student will not be eligible for a refund. But if the student withdraws from the course in the middle, which means the student will not get the transcript, so then in that case, the student will be able to ask for the full refund of tuition fees. So in both cases, the student is in a win-win situation. If I complete my first semester by remote learning overseas before I get a visa, then enroll in my second semester and later hear that my visa application has been rejected, what happens? Well, the student can complete the second semester and receive a transcript for the second semester, but no refund available, or withdraw from the course without completing the second semester. No, that means no transcript, but the student can will get the refund of tuition fees for the second semester. So this means because the student has completed the first semester, got the transcript, that's why the student was able to start the second semester. So because the student has already got the transcript of the first semester, there will be no refunds for the first semester. But right now we're only talking about the second semester. So in the second semester also, the student can either ask for the transcript or ask for the refund. All right, so yes, those were the scenarios which you might come up with, or students might ask you, like what will happen if I get a visa rejection, or if I want to withdraw in the middle of the course, or if I fail some subjects. I hope these scenarios have helped you answer all your questions and will help you to convince students as well to do remote learning, or at least try remote learning, because they can always withdraw without losing a penny of their money, and withdraw or defer to another semester. And these are a few dates that are very important for us because semester 2 has already started now, semester 3, which starts in October, 6th of October, and the census date for that is 6th of November. And I'll just touch base on this as well, because this is all from this page has information, or all the information that you all need for videos, marketing materials, everything that you need to know or want to have. It is all available. It is in our page, insearch.edu.au. And if you look at that hand, if you click on that channel partners, you will come to this page where you will find everything. from the essentials like course entry requirements, course dates, study tour programs, application forms, marketing resources like social media, videos, logos, brand guidelines, everything can be found here. And if you click on news and announcements, you will get our monthly updates on a regular basis. Everything that we have updates on regarding COVID situations, regarding remote learning, refund policies, everything can be found here. All right, so that's it from my side. Now, I guess I can, if you have questions, we can take questions now.
Yeah, thank you so much once again. That was great. That extra information there. I think we've gone a little bit over time, which is fine. But I think you've really gone through a detailed presentation there with all the relevant information. I see one question was about age limits for foundation and diploma, but I think you touched on that.
Yeah, well, there's no age limit because foundation students would mean they would have finished their class 11 minimum or their O levels. So they would be around 16 to 17.
Yeah.
And we do take students under 18. So.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, I think you've gone through all those questions. So you look after Sri Lanka, India, Nepal, but not Pakistan, right?
No.
Pakistan,
so I actually look after Nepal and Bangladesh as my primary markets.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, for India and Sri Lanka, we have a team in India.
Yes, we've met them before. But yeah, I thought you might look after all of them at the same time. All right. So I heard the weather is quite bad in Nepal. So stay safe, and we appreciate your efforts today. And we'll be in touch with you should we require any further support. Sure,
please do. And I really look forward to more interactions with your team. And if any of your counselors need any help with convincing students or talking to your students through you all, obviously, directly to them, for counseling also, I'm more than ready. So in case of any of these engagements, please let me know.
That's fantastic. Oh, I think you cut out. Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much for that. We will definitely be in touch with you if our partners or counselors need any help with conversion as well. All right. Thank you everyone for attending today. We'll let you go. I hope you enjoyed today's session, and please get in touch with us should you require any further support. And bye for now. Thank you.